Hey, welcome back, everybody. Ed Sorensen live tonight at the Westin Hotel. I've been roped into emceeing a big pregame banquet for the 100th anniversary edition of the Monon Bell Battle between Wabash. Can we hear it for Wabash back here? Hey. And DePauw. Now, everybody this week has been talking about Notre Dame, Florida State being the game of the year, the game of the century. This, literally, quite literally, is the game of the century because tomorrow at 1:30 at DePauw over in Greencastle, Wabash and DePauw will battle on the gridiron for the 100th time. And unbelievably enough, the all-time standings, 45, 45, and 9. Just incredible. Whoever wins this game tomorrow will take the all-time series lead in year 100. We're going to profile both of these fine Division III schools tonight. We'll get to DePauw at 6 o'clock. Right now, though, more on the Wabash Little Giants. Here's reporter Ken Tomash.
You know, if DePauw has it, it doesn't sound the same.
Actually, the Monon Bell sounds pretty much the same as it did in 1890 when DePauw and Wabash started playing for it. The sound is just sweeter when it's ringing on your campus, as it has been here in Crawfordsville for the last 2 years. But for the Little Giants, this huge game is really not that big a deal after all.
Of course, we'd like to win. We want to be a 5-4 team. We like to win our last game of the season, beat DePauw, keep the Bell on campus. So there's a lot of incentives to do well in this football game. But the fact that it's the 100th game, I'm not sure is adding any more incentive than there already is for this football game.
Yeah, actually, it's just another game. You know, it being the 100th game, that really doesn't make a difference. This game is just as important as the 99th game and the 101st game and games on down the road in the future.
But perhaps in the far future, game 100 will mean much, much more.
I'll come back in the 50 years from now, and it'll be the 150th Monon Bell game, and I'm sure I'll have a story to tell somebody.
Alumni write letters and saying, you know, I remember when I won the Bell, and you guys never want to hear that bell on their sidelines, and don't lose this game because you'll think about it for a long, long time.
Now, a few weeks ago, some DePauw students broke in here to the athletic facility at Wabash and tried to make off with the Bell. They couldn't wait for the game. Then they found out this thing is welded down, so the only chance they'll have to get it back in Greencastle is to win the big game on Saturday. In Crawfordsville, Ken Tomash, 6 Sports.
By the way, we will carry the IU Ohio State Big Ten Showdown for you right here on 6 and ABC tomorrow at 3:30. We also have the Monon Bell on tape delay Saturday night right after my favorite show, Baywatch. So watch for that.
Well, more than one big football game this weekend. Ed's downtown at the Westin, where there's a big pep rally going on for the other big game. Ed?
Well, Dion and Clyde, Gary Dick would get a big argument from a lot of people down here at the Westin tonight when he says Notre Dame, Florida State is the game of the century. Wabash and DePauw is the game of the century. Right, folks? Ah! I'm standing here because I'm emceeing the big pregame dinner tonight because my boss, John Long, who runs Channel 6, went to DePauw, played football there. But I'm standing here tonight with members of possibly the greatest college football team ever assembled. The team from 1933, 60 years ago, they went unbeaten and unscored on. Let's hear it for these guys in 8 games. Hey. That's the last time it's happened. Now, this gentleman here, Homer Bishop, was the quarterback. Why were you guys so tough?
Well, we trusted each other.
Robert, what about you? The defense must have been pretty good here, not to give up a single point all year.
It was very good, excellent, and you could depend upon the offensive linemen, too, to make the holes that we needed. This was a great team. Yeah. Had all kinds of fire and drive and enthusiasm, you know.
As they still do. Now, the great thing about this game, and the reason we're calling DePauw Wabash the game of the century, it literally is. This will be the 100th battle for the Monon Bell, 1:30 over in Greencastle on Saturday. We previewed Wabash at 5 o'clock. Now here's Scott Hoke with more on DePauw's Tigers. Take it away, Scott.
Give me 11 out here! Zulu! Zulu! Come on, Benson!
It's the most intense feeling I've ever had about anything in my life.
Yeah!
The Ivy Leaguers have theirs. The Irish have theirs. Even IU and Purdue have their big game. But around these parts, nothing is bigger than the Bell.
I think it's primetime football, you know. This Oaken bucket is all right, but I'll choose the Monon Bell.
And for anybody who thinks this is just another game, think again.
This is a season
and for the seniors, it's a career wrapped into one game.
Their memory, their most important memory will be the last game they play, and it happens to be the Bell game, so that's why it makes it something special.
This painted version of the Monon Bell is the only one the folks here at DePauw have been able to get their hands on in the last couple of years, and I guarantee you, come Saturday afternoon, they want nothing more than to be able to ring the real thing right here at the 50-yard line.
As soon as time runs out, I'm going over and I'm grabbing it. I'm starting to ring it, and I probably won't stop ringing it till I go to sleep, if I go to sleep at night.
And I've told myself I'm going to sleep next to the bell all night.
For these guys, the satisfaction of bringing back the bell would last a lot longer than just all night.
We could walk away from the sport in this season knowing that we accomplished something deep down inside, and we can come back 5 years from now, 10 years from now, anniversaries, and know as a team that we brought back the bell to Greencastle and we won the 100th meeting.
And when the whistle blows tomorrow afternoon, nothing else will matter. In Greencastle, Scott Hope, 6 Sports.
Let's hear it for the last unbeaten and unscored upon football team in 60 years. DePauw, team is 33. Ed Sorensen live at the Westin. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, everybody's fired up.
Yeah, but Ed's got a button for both Wabash and DePauw, very even-handed.